What's up, guys? Jacob Barnhill here again with the Barnhill team at eXp Realty here in Columbia, South Carolina. Today, I want to talk to you guys about accurately pricing a home for sale. So, whenever I sit down and I'm talking with a seller who's interested in selling, I always like to tell them my main job is to, number one, help you think like a buyer. That way we can know what to expect, right? Obviously, they are my client, they are the seller. Uh, but the other thing is to help them understand the market and empower them to make decisions based on the information that we know is happening, right? Without having them to be me and learn the things that I've learned over the years of being in real estate, flipping and Airbnb and working with investors and going to certification courses and none of that, right? In a simple manner, being able to look at three main factors. We do a lot of things in threes, right? I'm going to get to those in a second. Uh, there's also three prices for a home. There's another little conversation I like to have with a seller. I always tell them that, there's the price that you want for the home, which I am there to help you get, right? Keeping in mind, there's also a price of the home that the buyer wants to get your home for. And then we have the guy named the appraiser who's going to tell all of us otherwise, right? So there's three prices to a home, and we need to be kind of taking those things into account. We've been able to slice some really thin pieces of pie because we take a lot of this stuff preemptively into account. I'm not going to go into everything today, right? But here are the three ways that we're actually looking at pricing a home. When you meet with a professional from our team who is certified, this is only one of the factors that we take into account to help you get up to 18% more, right? On average, our team is able to produce a very high result because we take a lot of factors into play. So the three things that we're looking at when we're pricing a home is how most agents will look at homes, and we look at the rear view mirror approach, right? Appraisers will do this as well. Appraisers have a couple different ways they can look at homes, but for most of the times that they're pricing a home for appraisal, and the way agents will price homes and they're doing your CMA is they're looking at comps or comparable sales. These are recent sales that are comparable, not 10 years ago, right? And not just yesterday. We're looking at, do we have a trend? And what is that trend just on? And this is just one of the variables, right? We're looking at comps right now. The way we look at comps is 20% up and down of the square feet, similar bedrooms and bath. Sometimes, depending on the neighborhood, I might look at a three very similar, not exactly the same, but very similar to a four-bedroom home, right? But I might not take the same approach looking at a three-bedroom versus a two, because most families aren't looking for a two-bedroom home. They do sell a little bit different. Therefore, the difference, a bedroom's just not the cost of a bedroom, and you can sometimes prorate those evenly because there's a lot more demand sometimes, depending on the area. For if it's a heavily suburban area with good schools and large families, then there's going to be more weight carried on that 3 to 4 bed, right? That fourth bedroom versus the 2 to the 3, right? So similar bedrooms, bathrooms. Does it have a garage? Similar size lot, similar features, similar upgrades. So typically we'll ask a lot of questions on the phone. But mainly similar homes, recent sales, 20% of the square feet. Okay, those are the main things. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into that, but those are the main things there. So comparable homes, we call that the rear view mirror approach. Okay, then the second way that we look at it is that we're looking at active competition. What's our current competition right now? If we have 5 other homes that are priced on the market, takes an average of 30 days to sell a home, right? And they're all priced accordingly, and we're going to go on the market this week with your home we might want to wait a week if you have some flexibility. That way we're not playing in that pond. If I know that they're going to clear out and I can look at that, right? I want to look at that current competition and take that into account. And if there's some flexibility in the time frame, or at least set some expectations with you, this our seller, on what we may expect. So that's the second way, is actually looking at the current competition. It's not even outside our realm to call some of either the homes that have sold or some of the competition that might be up on the market and ask an agent, even if they're from a different brokerage, and just say, hey, what kind of activity level are you getting? We try to collaborate, a lot of us, the good ones, together. And I've seen you've been a little bit long on the market, or what's been the feedback you've been getting? I'm comping a property in the area. If I get a buyer, might bring them by, that kind of stuff. Like, we collaborate, so it's not outside our wheelhouse to do those kinds of things for you guys before we come out, to really get some deep knowledge. The market's changing all the time, guys, and this is one of the ways that we'll keep up to date with what's going on, by doing extra effort like that. So then let's talk about the third way. So the third way that we're actually looking at pricing a home accurately, if we were to wanted to get really accurate so that we would set proper expectations with you, is being able to forecast. Let's say we look at the last 6 months and we've seen a rate of change, right? How fast, or by how much are homes uh, price increasing month over month. And then right now, what we're experiencing is an increase of price month over month in most areas in our market, but we're experiencing a days on market increase. So longer times on the market at the same time. So price increase, day increase. If it takes an average of 60 days to sell a property, but we know it could sell for more over time, if we just based it on comps, we might be not as accurately pricing your property, right? And it also depends on the current competition that we have. So taking all of these variables into place, into consideration when we're having a conversation with you, not only to get you more money, so that also you're more happy with the service that we provide you, so that you feel educated, empowered, you know what's going on before we even have gotten started, right? So, be careful out there with, when you meet with professionals, and there's people that have been in this business a long time that don't, there's actually a lot of professionals that don't take into consideration, especially when it counts. If we don't want to be homeless, and let's say that we need to be at the next place, we need the funds from this house to get the next house, and we need to get this right. Otherwise, we're going to be holding, cost to a house, and then we're going to have to be paying rental on a place in our new area, so that I can go get the job out of state. Sometimes we need to really get this right for a lot of reasons. A little bit different conversation too if the market was actually adjusting the other way and prices were going down month over month. That could be a really hard conversation sometimes with the seller, to set those expectations. And what I always say is, this is the market. Our job is to come in and be honest with you guys and tell you what is happening, and empower you guys to make decisions, life decisions, not just real estate decisions. I would hope that we could come in and help you guys make some very accurate decisions on what we need to do for life and movement. And it's not also outside our wheelhouse to recommend potentially that we stay in the home. I've had that conversation with sellers. So accurately pricing a home, we want to take the three ways. It's what we talked about today. It's comps, the rearview mirror approach, active or current competition, and then that rate of change for the market. Is the professional that you're hiring taking all those into consideration, especially if we have a lot of life decisions to consider, or at least to set the proper expectations? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys do need help, you know how to reach out to us. If you have any comments or anything you'd like to say, hit me in the comment box below. Like and subscribe. We always love that too. And I'll see you guys on the next video. We'll keep talking about more good stuff. Peace out, guys.